Hey future layers, it's your girl Jamil and welcome back to Jamil's Journey to JD. As you can tell from the title of today's video, I will be doing a life update. So a few days ago, I posted a poll on my story on Instagram asking you to ask me any questions. So today I will be answering those questions that you have. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, this is your sign to do so. You can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Jamil's Journey to JD. Also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll hop right into the video. Okay, so the first question that I have is, how are you and how has life been? So overall, I'm doing pretty good. I would say I am enjoying what I realize is now my last summer of law school. This is my 2L summer, so next summer I will be obviously taking the bar exam and getting ready to jump right into practice. But I'm just trying to enjoy this last summer break that I have before jumping back into the fall semester of everything and getting back to the swing of going back to school. But other than that, this summer I am just trying to take it easy. I'll also be working this summer, so I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. But overall, I'm doing pretty good, which actually segues into the next question, which is, how has your summer been so far? So I'll say overall, my summer has been going really well. I am interning this summer at the state's prosecutor's office as a certified legal intern. So I'm just really excited about that opportunity and all what's going to encompass all of that. And so I really want you guys to comment down below if you want me to make a video about, let's say, a day in the life of, what that looks like. I would love to do that for you guys, so just let me know if that's something that you're interested in seeing me do. But other than that, I will be taking the summer to study for the MPRE. That's something that is, for those of you who don't know, it stands for the Multi-State Professional Responsibility Exam, and it is a ethics exam essentially, and it's something that a lot of the states require in order for you to take the bar. So that's something that I'll be studying for and taking this August. Also, of course, I want to take this summer to spend time with my family, friends, and just maximize the summer break. Next question is not law school related specifically, but it asks, what year did you meet your boyfriend? So I met my boyfriend in 2017, and we have been dating ever since then. The next question is, what do you think was your biggest challenge in law school so far, and how did you overcome it? So I would say my biggest challenge, I would say the spring semester of my first year of law school. And I think that was really my most challenging semester because it's after your first semester of law school. So that's after you have received all your grades from your first semester classes, and you kind of have the opportunity to see where you are in the class and how you compared against your classmates. So because law school is graded on the curve and there's a grade distribution, so it's at that time that you're really able to see where you are, where you stand in your class. And although I would say I did a pretty good job my first semester grades, I definitely was still motivated to push further and do more and be more diligent about studying. All right, so the next question is, after graduating law school, where do you see yourself? So I'm still trying to figure that out, to be honest. I don't know what I want to do specifically when it comes to a practice group of law. I do see myself working somewhere that allows me to have really good work-life balance so that I can have my weekends to, spend time with family and friends. I don't really see myself working in a super large law firm just because of the, really long hours that can be involved in that. It's kind of not what I'm not really interested in doing that. So I'm looking more so at maybe like a mid-size or a smaller firm, or maybe even like doing something in the government. So the next question is, at this point in your law school career, what would you tell undergrads who are thinking about pursuing law, and what would you tell one else? All right, so this is a really good question, and it's a compound question, so I feel like I should answer it in two different parts. The first part being advice to undergrads. So if you are an undergrad student right now and you are planning to go to law school, I would recommend you really focus on your GPA. Your GPA is something, your undergraduate GPA is something that is pretty much set in stone once you graduate from undergrad. So if you have the opportunity to just focus on your grades, focus on excelling academically and just doing your best in undergrad, that would be a huge advantage for you. For me, I started law school, or started thinking about law school after I graduated undergrad, so my GPA was pretty much set in stone with what it was going to be. So I only was able to really master as much as possible my LSAT scores. So that's something that you kind of have to think about, is where you are in your life and what you want to do. If your undergrad has a 3+3 program, I would recommend you take advantage of that. You can shave off your senior year of undergrad by starting your first year of law school, which would save you time and money. So definitely recommend that. Start studying for the LSAT as soon as possible. Whether you join a class online, you buy the books, you start self-studying, just give yourself adequate time to study for the LSAT. You just, if you're good, standardized test taker, then you may not need to prepare as much as somebody who may need to do a little bit more work on that. So just kind of know yourself, know what works for you, but give yourself time just to pivot and practice in case that's something that you really need to do. And to my incoming 1Ls, the advice that I would give you is to try just to make the best out of your experiences. For me, the fall semester was just trying to make sure I understood the lay of the land. Law school isn't something that you've never really done before. So understanding how to read, how to write, what to look for, how to do a case brief, was just something that I just needed to give myself grace for, and understanding how to do. And realizing that this just really challenged me on a whole different level. Okay, so the next question is, what things did you implement as a 1L that you found successful? All right, so a couple of things that I found successful was, one, setting up study groups. Okay, so that was really good because I was able to obviously work in a group setting with other people. And the good thing about being a first year law student is that everybody takes the same classes. So the good thing is that I was able to bounce off ideas and other concepts with my classmates, so that was really good. Setting up a study schedule, outlining, staying organized with my materials. I also found it really helpful to get advice from upper level students, so they were able to oftentimes send me an outline from a professor that we took before, or other supplements that were really helpful for the course. So definitely recommend, networking with upperclassmen, joining organizations where they are, and just getting to know them really. And oftentimes they'll just send you what they have, any resources that was helpful to them, any tidbits about the professor. I have one of my well, she's not a classmate actually, she's an upperclassman. She has now just graduated, but she told me one of the key things on how to do really good in income tax was to make sure I practiced doing the problems that he had presented in class. And that was really and truly what was on the final exam. So those little tidbits, or those little gems on how to navigate those professors and their quirks and how they like to do things, can be really helpful for for your academic success. So yeah, so exam prep can be really good to just kind of practice doing those multiple choice questions, practice doing essays. In my school, we have an exam bank, so oftentimes the professor will post in the exam bank their previous exams, so that way you have an opportunity to practice. You know what the professor is looking for, you know what things they emphasize. Sometimes they'll even send you the model answers, so you know how to write the exam, you know exactly what they're looking for. And those are the things to practice, because it's a skill and it's an art of being able to convey the legal arguments, the legal principles, and be able to give the professor what they're looking for. So definitely exam prep is going to be the best way for you to do that. There's also other free resources online. Sometimes you may be able to find some bar questions online that can help you. There's also, especially for my 1Ls, there's also Barbary and Themis. They offer modules. They can offer you, other supplements on making sure you understand how to, you understand the doctrine. So that's going to be really good for sure. What has law school taught you about yourself? Okay, so this is a really, really, really good question, because this one made me really think about what law school has taught me and just allowed me to be reflective about that. It's crazy to think that I have 2 years down and only 1 more to go, but I have learned so much about myself. I think the biggest thing that I've learned is to be patient and to be kind with myself, and also to just give myself grace. So this process is something that can take a lot out of you. I know I mentioned in some of my videos before that, you have to have boundaries around your schoolwork, and you cannot let it consume you. Law school is, just 3 years out of your life, but it's an intense 3 years. So just being patient, making sure I spend time away from my work with my loved ones, doing things that I enjoy. You just have to learn to run your own race, and I think that's just been the biggest thing to know, because I think law school in nature can just be very competitive, just because, again, just the curve that's in the class, the grade distribution, everybody can't get an A. So there are going to be some people who fall below the curve, and there's some people who are going to be above the curve, but you just can't allow that to shape you and move you. You just have to just run your own race and be confident in what that looks like for you. All right, so I had 2 questions that were similar, so I'm gonna answer them both here. So the first one is, during this journey, what are some things you do for your mental health? And the second one is, a lot of people have a great support system that helps them get through law school, but how do you mentally support yourself through the semester? All right, so these both were amazing questions, and as you guys can see, I had to combine these questions because I think they both speak hand in hand about mental health and how to support myself through the semester. So for me, I like to lean on the things that keep me grounded and just listening to my body. So listening to what I need. So there may be some times where I just need to lay in bed for another 2 to 3 hours to do nothing. There are times where I need to get up and get things moving. There are times where I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to light a candle. Maybe I need to play some, gospel music in the background while I'm studying. Maybe I just need to clean up, Maybe you just got to change your environment, go on a walk. Oftentimes I will just separate myself from the computer, from the work, close my book up, just to kind of give myself just some time to rejuvenate. So we got to think about the mind, the body, and the spirit. So there are oftentimes what I'll do, like if I'm having a hard time, if I'm stressed during final exams, I will go ahead and I have some like aromatherapy, like oils that I use. I also listen to like ocean music or jazz music or something like really light to kind of help calm my nerves, do my deep breathing. I've had to learn to lean on those things a lot because sometimes stress manifests in different ways, and I don't like the idea of, I don't want to say stigma, because there is some truth to it about how lawyers are codependent, whether it like be on drugs, alcohol, because the profession is such a stressful one. I've been making sure that I do what I need to do for my mental health without leaning on, I don't say external things, but like on drugs or alcohol. Don't get me wrong, there are some times where I will have a drink, but I like to make sure I cope with my mental health on things that are healthy rather than not healthy. So as I said, always just listening to myself, listening to what I need, and prioritizing what needs to be done. All right, next question. How do you rest and reset during breaks to prepare yourself for the semester to come? So to prepare for the upcoming semester, I like to get a massage, right? So I like to do like a 90-minute deep tissue, and then, sometimes she'll add like the oils and stuff, the aromatherapy to go along with it. So I really like that. Then I like to get my nails done and spend time with my loved ones before I get back. I like to just make sure I spend time with people. I have on my lunch dates, dinner dates, parties, or whatever else needs to happen. I like to, try to make sure I carve out time for that. But I like to just make sure I seize the time, seize the moment, and let them know like I'm about to go back into shutdown. So let's just enjoy it while we have it. All right, you guys, so that is the end of all the questions that I have for you regarding this Q&A life update. I'll be doing another Q&A pretty soon, or a life update as we get closer to the beginning of the semester. We still have so many more opportunities ahead of us. I still want to let you guys know how my summer is going with the internship and all of that good stuff. So make sure you guys are, again, like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notifications as well. And for the purposes of videos like this, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at Jamel's Journey to JD over there as well. That way you guys can ask me any questions. You can be interacting with me on a more day-to-day, as I tend to post more things daily on that platform, so you guys are able to connect with me over there. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.